500 subscribers before the end of the month. Ladies and gentlemen, the goal is still up. Please, ladies and gentlemen, lend your support. Now, I did say that I'm going to make a tutorial in my last video, but I have an assignment due literally tomorrow at 7 a.m. It's close, ladies and gentlemen, it's so close. And I have another one due like on the same day, I think like 23:15. So yeah, and I'm still kind of far. I need to do a lot of stuff, so I couldn't really work on something too long. But yeah, but other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we have new information of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. You know, my favorite game, even though it has so many flaws. But yeah, there's some news on Sparking Zero. Bandai did a Twitter post. Now, to be honest, truth, I don't know why I didn't cover this sooner. It came out on the 29th. It's the 3rd now. I don't know how this went over my head. I think the DLC just took so much of my time that I did not see this. But they said more news for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is coming for this October. Super Limit Breaking Neo, Mission 100, and Survival Mode for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 are planned for 7. So this is good. The fact that Bandai is communicating quick as possible, I love this. This is something I like. This is something that I want for them to consistently do. Now, for you guys from Nintendo Switch people, I don't know why you'd buy the game there, to be honest. They were like, it's so G. Y'all don't have Mission 100 in survival mode yet? Damn. Like, they're doing y'all dirty. But anyway, for the October update, there's some things that I would want for them to add. Now, this is almost like a ringing bell all over and all over again, because I feel like I keep on mentioning this. But we need the jump combos. We need them in the air, dude. We genuinely need them in the air. Now, I want to show you guys that I have found this in non-flying characters. It turns out non-flying characters can do this. It's something shocking to me because I did not know this, but it's something I discovered like 3 days ago, that non-flying characters can actually do jump attacks, but the ones that can fly cannot do it. Which is something I'm just like, wait, why did Bandai do that? That's dumb, bro. Like, make everyone do this. You see, I just did it there as well, and I just did it again here as well. And then I'll show you just the Barrage Ki Blast in a second. Let me just show you the sauce. Yes, sir. Let me just show you that sauce real quick. Okay, I'm about to do the jump, this Ki Blast without holding and nothing. Look at that. I can do Ghost Dash, but do those Ki Blasts like that. Bandai, this is what we need. If this October update is going to be like a balance change or like a, just playing around with the gameplay, I feel like they need to add this for all characters, dude, so that the gameplay can feel like it's new, can feel like we're, I don't know, dude, like it doesn't feel new, dude. It feels like we've already had this for 2 years. We need something new now. The other thing that we do need is changes to Super Counter, bro. Super Counter has to change. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, the Vanish Wars, I'm tired of Vanish Wars. Like, Vanish Wars is such a prominent thing because Super Counter immediately leads you to that. So I feel like Super Counter now should just lead you to straight neutral, dude. It should be neutral, or something like the thing what Densetsu did, which is something like that, taking you back to neutral the moment you hit the Super Counter. So you do Super Counter, and then you don't even need to add something like that. Maybe Super Counter, and then both of y'all go to neutral position, and you just stand like there, and then you decide on what to do. I feel like that needs be added. And the mechanic that was in Tenkaichi 3, the emergency blaster wave, something like that. Bandai, make us be able to do revenge counter from the back, please. This will also help us if the opponent has terrible connection. Can also do revenge counter if Super Counter button is not working, and make this 3 skill points, so it cannot be maybe overly broken. I don't know, maybe 2 will be fine, but I think 3 will balance it quite okay since combo from the back. But please add something like that, Bandai. That would really help us so much. And one more last change. Of course, there's a lot of changes that I'm gonna yap you guys' ears off, but I'm gonna say only this one just to close off the gameplay changes that I want. But please make movement faster in the step-in zone or the step-in barrier. The movement is so slow, even for characters that cannot fly. It's so freaking slow, dude. Like, it's so, I just wish it was faster, bro. Like, it feels slow, which is why the gameplay sometimes can look stiff. Is because they don't allow you, oh my gosh, this Wi-Fi is garbage, they don't allow you to move fast in step-in zone. So that makes it look very steep. The only way you can move fast is by dashing, double tapping RT, double tapping R1 to move up. It's just all the time you have to do that to move fast in the stepping zone. It makes the gameplay just feel first thing first, repetitive in a way where a lot of people do that. Like everyone is bound to that, you know. So I just feel like, you know, just to change that and make the step in zone move a little bit more faster, this will make movement smooth, make the gameplay feel smooth, stuff like that. Now this update can specifically be for the Super Bears movie, because as we know, the Super Bears movie coming out around that time. So I do think that they can, so maybe a small update for that. They can do what they did for Charlotte and maybe add like one character, maybe add like a God Goku, a new skin for God Goku that changes the appearance, changes attacks and stuff like that. It makes him look like closer to the movie and stuff like that. Or maybe it was well for Beerus, they can add something like that. And maybe they can also add the Capsule Corporation map because it's already in the game, or they can add the Beerus map and stuff like that. So it might just be for, you know, that specifically for the Beerus movie, stuff like that. Now the other thing that I can be speculating, okay, this is not speculation, but it's something that I want. Bandai, we need color variation. Just be able to change your colors, dude. Make my Goku a baggy, having like a color swatch, switch, whatever it's called, having that would be very, very nice, dude. So that, you know, it also brings something different. I think I was watching President Rose video and he mentioned something like they pick and choose which characters they're gonna add the customization for. So some people that use, for example, Super Buu, don't feel like they gained anything from this DLC because their character didn't get updated at all, which is something that's kind of like a negative, you know, on their side. So in my opinion, they should have added like the color switch thing, make that like be or maybe not even the color switch thing, maybe like add color variation in the game, but lock it behind the new game mode. The fact that we had to buy the new game mode and the only reward that's there from my knowledge right now is the aura change, that is all. I don't know, I just think that there may be color variation was also going to be something nice to put in that game mode, to say if you get to this certain level with this certain character, you unlock the black gi, and there's just a lot of gis that you can just unlock. This would be so nice. That would be so freaking nice to add. Or maybe even adding them in the shop as well, adding some in the shop so that our Zenny can also be, you know, add more value to our Zenny, because right now Zenny, there's a bit of value because of course you can use it in the new mode, but in terms of massive value, it's still very poor. Like, you know, also like I think Sparking Zero could maybe benefit from a premium currency. I don't know if you guys would want that, but maybe let me know in the comment section below. Like, you know what Gekishin Squadra have with the crystals, maybe something like that. Yeah, but you're gonna have to like that and get that. Never mind, bro, we already bought the game. Never mind, dude. If the game was free, I'd understand maybe, but like nah, yeah, never mind on that. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of what I want from the DLC and what I do think. I do still think that it's going to be Super Beer, something related to that, but other stuff that I mentioned in this video that getting added would be very nice. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think will be added into update that's coming in October? Do you think it's Super Beers, color variation, do you think some gameplay changes? What do you guys think? What do you guys actually also want as well? For me, the biggest thing is the ascending combos in the air. I genuinely want that for all characters, not just non-flying characters, for all characters. That's what I want, so that they, you know, everyone can just feel, so that there can be something new with just everyone. You know, Vegeta can have some new combo because he does a lot, like a long ki blast thingy, so he can have like a new combo thing that he can do, but Goku may not have that because he's up ki blast, he shoots, that doesn't shoot a lot. So you see, like, it already, you know, brings in something new, something to think about, you know. So that's one thing that I want mostly. So what is it that you guys want mostly inside this update? Hopefully Bandai will listen to the community time, and also super counters. Those are the two things that I want. But hopefully Bandai will listen. I don't know, it is Bandai. Keep your expectations low, especially after this recent patch. I'm not keeping my hopes way too high. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Alpha Dome, and the job is done. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.